Warren Buffett once said that when you look to hire someone, you should look for three qualities. You should look for integrity, intelligence, and energy. And he said if they don't have the first one, integrity, then the other two will kill you. In this week's Torah portion, Moab is looking for someone to curse the Jewish people. And so the king of Moab sends a messenger to Bilam, who's a Gentile prophet, to come and curse the Jews. And he offers him gold and silver and honor, great rewards, if he allows himself to be hired to curse the Jews. And we all know that Bilam willingly goes to curse the Jews. Ultimately, blessings come out of his mouth because God controls what comes out of his mouth. However, Bilam was a prophet for hire. Indeed, the name of the word Bilam, his name, can be read Beli'am, without any nation, which means he was a prophet without loyalty to any nation. He was willing to sell himself, or as they would say, sell his soul to the highest bidder. He was a person who had no integrity. All he was looking for is his self-interest, his own personal gain and wealth. And when you're dealing with a person like that, as Warren Buffett said, they don't have integrity, then their intelligence and their energy will kill you. In life, we have to be like Moshe Rabbeinu, not like Bilam. Moshe Rabbeinu was the prophet of the Jewish people, but he was all about loyalty. He was all about commitment. He was all about integrity. He stood by the Jewish people like a faithful shepherd, and he stood by them even when they made mistakes, and even when it was to his own detriment. He said to God, I stand with the Jewish people, and if you wipe out the Jewish nation, wipe me out of your book. And indeed, at the end of his life, Moshe Rabbeinu speaks up and defends the Jewish people after all of their sins. And God says about Moshe Rabbeinu, he is the most faithful, loyal person in my entire household. He is a person with great integrity and humility. In this day and age, where so often people are motivated by fame, fortune, power, wealth, the story of Bilam and his downfall should remind us that when you are a person without any convictions, any loyalties, any personal beliefs or integrity, as they say, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. I want to tell you a story about integrity that happened just a few months ago in Israel. In Israel, there's a couple, Chabad couple in Beersheba. The name is Rabbi and Rebbetzin Yitzchaki. And one day their daughter Musia lost her earring. She fell off while she was sitting on the couch, and so they started to pull apart all the cushions to look for the earring. And there they discovered an envelope with cash. They counted the cash, and the envelopes were filled with $100,000 in $100 bills, American cash. This was an apartment they were renting from an elderly woman who had gone to live in a nursing home. They called the woman. She was lucid, she was sharp, and they asked her about anything she had hidden in the couch. She had no idea about anything, any monies that were in the couch. At that point, they called the son of this woman, who was a doctor in Israel, and they told him the story, and he came over. And they said, we found this money, your mother doesn't seem to know anything about it, but we want to return it to you because it's not ours. We are renting this apartment. The couch belongs to your mother, so there's no way this money belongs to us. And the man said, all I can think is that maybe my father of blessed memory hid this money in the couch and didn't even tell my mother about the money. Now, some people may have just kept the cash. Others would have maybe called a woman, and once she said she doesn't know anything about it, would have said, well, if she doesn't know about it, then it must not be hers. But this couple did the right thing, and they said, it's not ours. We found this money in a couch that belongs to this woman, and whether she knows about it or not, it's not ours, and we have to return it to the family, and returned it to the son. And when the son, an Israeli doctor, was a secular Jew, came over to retrieve the $100,000, this Rabbi Yitzchaki, asked him, tell me, did you put on tefillin today? And he said, no, I don't put on tefillin. He said, will you please put on tefillin with me? And this man said, after I see the type of honesty and integrity that you have as a religious Jew, of course I would put on tefillin with you. And he put on tefillin with him. And the Rabbi Yitzchaki of Beersheba, Israel, afterwards said that more valuable than the $100,000 It was the opportunity he got to put on tefillin with a Jew and make a Kiddush Hashem, a sanctification of God's name. Our rabbis tell us that Bilam was the Gentile prophet who was the counterpart to Moses, the Jewish prophet. It's not enough to be wise, intelligent, or even be a prophet. If you don't have morality and ethics and integrity, and you don't have humility, and you don't have the convictions and the truth to do what is right, then your prophecy will not only not be put to good use, but on the contrary, it will bring to your very own downfall. Have a wonderful day.